So often, we talk to ourselves more harshly than we would ever allow anyone else to speak with us, or even how we would speak to someone else. Why do we allow this cruelty from ourselves? Why do we allow so much of our lives' suffering to be caused by ourselves? This is because we are unconsciously, habitually thinking. We have created a habit of negatively being our own worst critic. We have created a habit of pressure and negativity on ourselves that doesn't serve us. And when we realize how silly it is that we are creating our own needless suffering, it can almost instantly disappear, because unconscious thinking cannot survive the light of consciousness. We can't fight the darkness. We can't suppress the darkness. We can only shine light to dissolve this unconscious, negative, incessant stream of thoughts that we do to ourselves. Instead, we must love ourselves. We must forgive ourselves. We must let go of our judgments of ourselves from past mistakes and recognize that we are perfectly imperfect, just like everyone else. And we need to show ourselves the same love and forgiveness that we can extend to others. We identify with our body and our thoughts and our minds. And so we have this extra sense of pressure on ourselves. We want to create a perfect life for ourselves. But this idea of a perfect life is something that we become so attached to that, because we eventually realize this idea of perfection can never be attained, it creates an immense deal of suffering when the slightest mistake occurs, when the slightest thing doesn't go our way. And we can see in others how hard they're being on themselves and how maybe unfairly they're treating themselves. But when it comes to us, we lose sight of this. We expect perfection from ourselves, and this unrealistic ideal of perfection creates an immense amount of stress when it is not reached. We have to learn to let go when things don't go our way. Let these circumstances stay in the past, learn from them, and in this way, every negative thing that happens, every mistake we make, is a learning opportunity and a beautiful chance for growth and progress to happen. And it can only happen when we love ourselves, and when we forgive ourselves, and when we're gentle and kind to ourselves. And in this way, we can live the most joyful life. We can have everything we've dreamed of, which is to live a life of peace and joy and a rich, rich inner life, to be spiritually wealthy. Because the person that we're with 24/7, ourselves, treats ourselves with love and kindness and compassion. And there is no greater relationship in our entire life than the one we have with ourselves. So it's more important than in any other relationship that we're kind to ourselves, that we allow ourselves to make mistakes, because we will learn and grow. To fight with ourselves is to let ourselves be our own worst enemy. And instead of this critical voice in our head, we can simply witness it as the temporary thoughts coming and going, and they have no more weight over us. We don't have to believe our thoughts. And when we listen to our thoughts, we become free from our thoughts.